I passed by, I said, you know, I was talking about you the other day. In fact, I was using her as an example in a preaching moment. I went last Friday to preach the funeral for my cousin, Bishop Hamilton's daughter. For those of you that did not know, my cousin Desiree Hamilton Collins passed away. She and I are the same age. I'm 2 months older than her. Both born in the same year. Our mamas were pregnant together. And we always called ourselves twins. And Desi, we called her Desi, passed away and had a long history of struggle with substances.
Yes. That's right.
And some tough spaces. Some jail time and a little of this and a little of that along the way. But they filled, we were at my dad's church, and the people filled the church from the front to the back. And I looked, there weren't that many good old church people there. Not too many church hats, not too many church skirts. A lot of jeans way down here. Y'all understand what I'm talking about? Y'all know what I mean. Tattoos that go up. Haircuts cut into designs and shapes and things. Great big earrings, piercings, just about everywhere where you could gather up some flesh. Piercing. And I looked out at those young people, and then they got up, Lana, and they had a testimony. Where's Yvette? Is she in the house? I saw her.
She's downstairs. She does.
Come on, you just stick your head in for me. And they all got up to talk about Desi, about my cousin. And they said things like, Desi always cooked for us. And Desi always made us welcome in her house, no matter how many of us needed to be there. And Desi always, when the neighborhood would get broke, she'd have the rent parties at her house. They couldn't drink expensive liquor because they didn't have any money, but they got up what they could. Turn the music up loud, open the windows, and you could hear them all up and down the block. My Aunt Juanita's house, she remember on Capitol in Montana, in the Lakeview district of San Francisco. And one of the sisters said, and when my car broke down, and I didn't have any money, and Desi didn't have any money, Desi said, I can fix that.
Come on.
And Desi got down on the ground and got up under the car and did something. And the sister said, my car drove until I got another one.
Come on here.
And I realized something in my spirit.
Yeah.
And I wanted to say it to Lana, and I want to say it to Labella and others of you who do the ministry that you do in places that are not always church. Somebody need to hear me today. Here's what I understand. I said, Desi fulfilled the mandate of a call of God on her life.
Come on.
What you say?
Come on.
When she clothed the naked, when she fed the hungry, when she visited the prison. Anybody hear what I'm saying? And one little girl got up and said, you know, she said, I was working my recovery and I couldn't get it together. She said, and I called Desi and I said, I'm fixing to go back out. And she told me, she said, you don't have to go back out.
Come on now.
You can find the strength to overcome. She said, and she talked to me, listen to me, until the urge left me. And I said, you know, sometimes people are sitting up in church, and I looked around at the folks sitting around and the ones that did have them, big old hats. And I wondered, I said, when you come to the end of your life, what will people say about the work that you've done? About how you cared for them up under your hat? What will they say about the work that you've done? About the job that you did? About how far in the gutter was too far? to go to bring people to a place of wholeness and healing. And I thought about that thing and I said, you know, sometimes the thing that gets in the way and she fulfilled the mandate even while she struggled all of her life with drugs.
That's right.
How about it? I hear you.
Thank you, God. That's right.
And I thought to myself, Pastor Janice, as I was listening to this, I said, you know, there are people who question whether or not we can fulfill the mandate.
That's right, Bishop. Yes, they do.
Because they have an issue sometimes with who we are.
That's right, Bishop.
This is the thing I want to say to you today, in my words of encouragement.
Well, you're at home.
You can fulfill
Right.
the thing that God has called you to do,
Right.
no matter what kind
That's right, Bishop.
of considered dysfunction
That's right.
that you may have in your life. In fact, you got to hurt to help people.
That's right, Bishop.
People say, well, I'm tired of hurting. Can I just say it to you again? If you really want to help people, Bobby G, you got to hurt. Because hurt people, let me tell you what I know,
Right, Bishop.
are the ones who have the ability,
That's right, Bishop.
and not only the ability, but the heart,
Yeah.
and the empathy, and the anointing. Can I just say it? You can't help people if you don't have some pain, because you won't care enough. But if you suffer, if you have some pain, it is out of your tears. I know what I'm talking about. Somebody said, well, I just want to be perfect. Tell your neighbor, no, you don't. Perfect is a mess. I know what I'm talking about. Because the people who think they are, you can't hardly stand them. You know you can't. I'm under those hats. Passing judgment. And a poor man will come to them for a glass of water. And they'll be just like the Levite on the road.
That's right.
When the man was bleeding and dying. On his way to the temple. Didn't have time like the Good Samaritan to care for those that are ill. I want to say this to you as a word of encouragement. If God used you in the club, let God use you. If God is using you on the lip syncing and on the stage, I want to say it to my trans children, let God use you. I want to say to my young people, even when they got the things in the way,
Help Lord, help Lord, help Lord, help Lord.
and their pants is way down
Help,
here,
help.
and the underwear is way up here. My grandmother would say, make sure it's clean. But if you can go out there with that, and you can help people,
Right.
help people. If your hair is pink, you can help people.
Right.